Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 68 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is, of course, going to evolve the Force in many different ways. That's going to be a benefit to both characters of Rey and Kylo Ren from start to finish of this story. That's really going to be used as a way in order to show the fans exactly what the Force is able to do and exactly how it's going to evolve by JJ and what they're really trying to do by using The Rise of Skywalker as a foundation to create new Star Wars lore. Now, on top of all of this, JJ wants to make this the darkest Star Wars film there is, as well as a movie with the most revelations in the Skywalker saga. And with that being said, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film. And when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to be holding hands, where they are said to be placed in an environment where they are said to be shrouded in darkness. Rey is holding a Jedi holocron, while Kylo Ren is holding a Sith holocron that is implied to be Palpatine's. As the scene progresses, it's described that one of the moments is said to involve a shot where both Rey and Kylo Ren are sitting in front of each other, focusing on the two holocrons, where they begin to hear the sinister breathing of Darth Vader, where dialogue of Vader can be heard in the background. Also, it's said that Rey begins to hear the voice of Luke Skywalker, indicating that the Jedi holocron belongs to Luke. The scene is said to allow both Rey and Kylo to evolve their Force connection via the Force bond, and that this is what's said to make the flash fights possible later on in the movie. Now, one of the sequences is said to even involve Palpatine's voice in the distance talking about the power of the Beyond and what it's able to do. It's described that the environment that Rey and Kylo Ren are said to mimic is actually said to mimic the worlds between worlds, and that the scene also is said to tap into the power of the Beyond and what it's able to provide to both Rey and Kylo Ren. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, I want to go over this very mysterious realm that we've been talking about for numerous months now, where both Rey and Kylo are said to be shrouded in darkness, where basically Rey is holding a Jedi holocron and Kylo Ren is holding a Sith holocron, which is actually said to be Palpatine's, and the other one of which is said to be Luke's. Now, what I find to be so interesting about this is that this is actually said to be the very moment in which their Force connection or their Force bond is said to evolve, and this is what makes the flash fights possible in the third act of Episode 9. So the flash fights, in case you guys did not know, they're going to be a combination of all these different uses of the Force that allow Rey and Kylo to fight with their lightsabers across space and time. And that, to me, really does scream J.J. Abrams. It tells us that that is, of course, coming from J.J. That's something that he would do in a Star Wars movie. So the fact that they are learning these new abilities through, of course, this Force connection by using the holocrons and by using this new ability called flow walking and the evolution of their Force bond. The other piece that I do want to go over is how they begin to hear the voices of Vader, Palpatine, and Luke in the background. So this does raise a couple of questions here as to exactly what's really going on and why they hear the voices of Luke, Vader, and Palpatine. Now, these most likely are past voices and or thoughts of those characters that are going to be heard by Rey and Kylo Ren that's going to be used in such a way like that, right? So we can already see that Disney and Lucasfilm, they're trying to really insert new Star Wars lore that we have never seen before on the big screen, and this by far, I believe, is the greatest example of doing something like that, because this is said to have a connection to the Beyond and the power that it holds. That's actually the Palpatine dialogue that's to be inserted into this particular sequence, where you have Palpatine dialogue talking about the Beyond and what it's able to do for both Rey and Kylo Ren. Now, the Beyond, in case you guys did not know, is said to be the very center of the origins of the actual unknown regions. It's actually said to be the very center of the unknown regions that actually holds such great power that exceeds the dark side itself. And that, to me, really is a big step in Star Wars. The fact that they are going to go over to the unknown regions, how we're going to learn about the origins of the dark side and everything related in those lines. So, with that being said, I will say that this movie does have a lot going for it. It does indeed have the potential to mark itself down as the best film of the sequel trilogy, without a doubt, as long as they really play their cards right and get everything down correctly. Now, Rey and Kylo Ren, this was confirmed over at D23, That, of course, you know, they're going to have new Force powers, and that it's going to be used in ways that fans would have never expected to see on the big screen. That's also going to be inspired by Star Wars Legends / the Expanded Universe. So the fact that they are borrowing elements from Legends is yet another good, you know, thing by Disney. It's a step in the right direction in my book, because the Legends material, though it did get a little out of hand at one point in time, a lot of it is rich material in my point of view. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.